Good morning, artist. This week we're going to work on drawing some hot air balloons. So I've included a link to the step-by-step instructions, and you just need to follow along with me and show me what you come up with. Let's try it. All right, so I'm gonna follow the steps just like I always do with the directions that are attached to the lesson. This drawing starts with our paper folded in half. You can see there's some faint dotted lines to show us where to place our hot air balloons. And the 3 balloons are up at the top half of the page, all above this little fold. The largest one's here, and then it's like medium and small. So this hot air balloon shape is almost like a circle with a little point on the end, like maybe an upside down raindrop or a light bulb. So I'm going to put my first big circle over here, and then it comes down to a little bit of a point. And there's a little tiny basket here. I guess this is where the little people sit when they go for their hot air balloon ride. And then my second largest hot air balloon is off in the distance, so it looks a little bit smaller. And it's like that light bulb shape again with a little basket at the bottom. Oops, this one got a little crazy. And then there's a third one all the way back here, far, far away. This one probably took off first, and it's the farthest away out of all the balloons. Okay. So the next step in this assignment is to add some detail, some stripes to these balloons. And these stripes are curved lines to show that our balloon is round. And then 2 little tiny lines on this little baby one back here. This assignment also shows us adding some stripes across the balloon. And they're like little tiny hills in between the lines. These little hills give the balloon some texture. Texture is the way something feels when you touch it. So you can tell that this is kind of like a folded or pleated texture in this balloon. All right, so I've got my stripes. Down here, we're gonna add our landscape, and our landscape is just the land area in the background. So we're gonna start with 2 big hills in the front, and then some smaller hills that kind of overlap in the back. When things overlap, you can tell that they're in front of the one behind it. This gives our picture some depth. Depth is space in a picture. We see depth every day, we just don't call it that. So I've got a ton of little hills, and I'm gonna decorate some of these hills by turning them into cornfields and adding some trees, and you can see all of that in the directions that have been attached to the lesson. Look, here's some maybe shrubs or forest. We'll add some trees, a line of trees here. And they almost look like little lollipops. And I'll have to erase some of these lines, and that's okay. This one will be a field with maybe some crops planted. And we'll do the same for these ones back here. If you've ever driven by flat farmland, I don't know if you've ever had the chance, but it's actually really beautiful to see different stripes of interesting planted, sometimes vegetables. Sometimes you'll see this if you go by like a pumpkin field. See all the stripes of plantings. They put flowers on one hill. And there's some larger trees. Maybe these are shrubs. This is just gonna make it interesting. I'm not sure what all these things are. They're trees, they're shrubs, they're plants, and they're just gonna give our background some visual interest. So it's not boring, it's all broken up. And they put some kind of like big blob trees here. These are interesting. I'm gonna erase some of these lines where things overlap to show that they're in front. All right, so I'm gonna take these now. Oh, you know what I almost forgot? There's a cloud in the sky. Let me add that. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and trace all these things and add some color, and you can trace them too and add color with whatever you like. I think I'm gonna use crayons today.